Hey, it's your girl Jay, one half of the Dizzy Gillespies. I just stopped in to give you a little message today. So as y'all know, my new thing is humor me. Okay, so just follow me. I promise you, I'm going somewhere. So, growing up, my mom and my dad were known for their parties, right? 4th of July and Labor Day. We are from the Caribbean. Um, in our neighborhood, we threw like one of the best barbecues. And I'm not saying this to be braggadocious. I promise you, it's going to make sense. All right. Everybody know my mom. My mom could cook. She could throw down. Right. My father's an entertainer. When I say an entertainer, he makes sure when you come, you're treated well. You know, you have your drinks, whether it's from water to wine to alcohol, and make sure you have somewhere to sit, be comfortable. The music is right. My mother makes sure your belly is full. My uncle and my cousin, my uncle, God rest his soul, he's transitioned. Will play the music. I mean, and have the party going, rocking, right? Um, but my mom always had a thing with presentation, right? She had a thing with it has to look good. It has to be appealing to the eye, right? She would even at it being in a barbecue, you would get like the little parsley flakes on top of the fried chicken, and you will have inside of like with the vegetables was she would cut up the tomatoes and make them into flowers. And I mean presentation. She didn't like everybody picking in and going into the food. And the backyard would have balloons and decorations. And at one point in time, me and my friends, I think it was 2 years, we came together. And of course, me, probably one of the youngest, will put together a little entertaining show for them, right? African dance, singing songs, poetry, all type of things. But we gave them a presentation. All right, we made sure when they came, it was something to look at. So, but that became a problem for me, right? When it came to doing this, that was my hindrance. I cared about what it looked like, right? I had to have on a certain outfit. I had to have my face done. My hair had to be done. My background had to be a certain way. My language had to be a certain way because I wanted to be appealing. I wanted to be presented a certain way. I needed to be appealing to the eye. I needed to draw people in. And that wasn't the purpose of this. The purpose of this wasn't about me. It's not about me. I am just a vessel being used, right? To get the message out. And when that became clear to me was a lot of times my husband and I would talk. Me and my husband and I talk a lot, right? And we would talk about something, and when it's biblical, the weirdest thing would happen, right? We would either turn on YouTube and watch a service, and the service would be exactly what I spoke of. Or I would go online and I would watch something, and it'd be Bible study, and it'd be something, the same thing, or in the same realm, on the nature of what I was speaking of. And my husband would look at me and be like, we just talked about that. And I would bust out laughing and I'd be like, yeah. And then I said, but one day I said to myself, which was one yesterday, and I want to say this correctly because I don't want it to come off like it's jealousy or I'm upset, right? Because that's not what it is. It's that I realize the presentation don't matter when it's God given. And when I say that, it's we make it about us in the presentation, right? We make it about the pomp and the circumstance. We make it about the showmanship when it's really about the message. And I'm not saying the presentation of the message is not important, because if I get up here and I'm giving a message and I'm cursing, it negates everything. It makes everything look wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I'm worried about everything else but the message. And I'm missing my mark. And I'm not doing my part because I care about what the message looks like and not what it sounds like. So we miss our rewards. We miss our blessings. We get pushed to the side for that. And they might say, well, no, God is not a God like that. And, oh, you're making it seem like God is mean. No, God is not mean. But a message is a warning. And a warning is mercy. And a lot of people don't understand that. And messages come with something. He doesn't have us talk to just talk. And if I'm not opening my mouth and speaking, he's not going to not give his message. He's going to give it to someone else. And someone else is willing to open their mouth. And then me not open my mouth, that now makes me disobedient. So now I'm out of alignment with God. Right? So what I realized was, it's going to get done with or without me. So I had to make the conscious decision. Do I want to be left behind? Or do I want to be with God in the end? Because being disobedient, that's what it is. Being silent when you're supposed to open your mouth and speak is being disobedient. Okay? And it's shown in the Bible. Okay? When God gave Saul specific directions, he did what he wanted. And so he made David king. Okay? He missed his blessing. He missed his seat. He missed his time. He missed his position. He forfeited his position. Okay? So I'm not doing this for me, and I'm not saying that this is about me. I'm saying that to tell you guys, it clicked for me. The light bulb went off, even though my light bulb's off. I don't like light. But it went off for me. And I'm saying, if it go, don't worry about doing all of the background stuff, right? If that's meant to happen, it will happen. God don't miss that. But if he's telling you to open your mouth, or he's telling you to do something, just go ahead and do it. Because you yourself are giving up what is meant for you, or what was called for you to do. And you don't want to do that. It's not a good thing. And obedience, like they say, and I know it sounds cliche, but obedience is better than sacrifice. So I had a whole lot of other things that I thought I had written down to say. Okay? And don't think I just got up. Because some people think people just get up and do things. Notes. And notes. I mean notes. I mean books. I mean study material on top of stories and study material. And the list goes on. Okay? So God has been downloaded into me. And I've just been like, I don't want to get up there look crazy. I need to look this way. I need to look that way. And it became about me, and it became about pride, and it became about presentation, and it became about ego, and less about God. And yeah, I'm moving. That's why I have this shirt on, Running Club. I'm taking off running. This may not be for you. I may not be for you, right? But I'm for someone. Okay? And that's not for you to say. And I'm not saying that as a puffed up with pride. I'm saying that you need to get that too in you. I may not be for you, but I'm for someone. My assignment may not be for you, but it's for someone. Your ears may not be for my mouth and what God's given me to say for you. It may be for someone else, right? Because there are people that are assigned to you. Okay? So don't not do it because of what you think it may look like, what it may sound like. It's not how you want to present it. Do what God tells you, and he will lead you in the way. He's not going to bring you to leave you. He's not going to bring you for you to fail. He's not going to take you somewhere for you to look crazy. And you know what? Sometimes you do look crazy. Sometimes you do look crazy. If you want to know about obedience and how sometimes it don't look like what you think it look like, read the book of Ezekiel. Read it. And if you don't want to read it, there's the audio Bible. Listen to it in bits while you drive, okay? And then get yourself a book that breaks down the chapters, all right? If you really want to know about how sometimes the message don't look like or come across the way you think it should, the book of Ezekiel is a very, 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 very good indication that it ain't what you think sometimes, all right? With that being said, it's your girl Jay, one half of the Dizzy Gillespies. I hope this has blessed somebody. And if it's not for you, please pass it along for someone else. This ain't about me. It's bigger than me. I'm taking off running. And when God tell me to open my mouth going forward, I will speak. When he tell me to close it, I will do the same. With that being said, it's your girl Jay. Peace.